Twin Cities on AM 950 and DougPagittRadio.com. If you want to watch the show, if you want to see the rabbi, if you want to see the sidekick, if you want to see the new guy, log on to DougPagittRadio.com and click on the live link, and you can join us. You can also join to a chat room with other folks over there, so you can be in conversation with other listeners. We have a regular conversation here that we're trying to have on an ongoing basis with our friend the Rabbi, Joseph Edelheit, who is a professor of religious studies at St. Cloud State University and formerly the rabbi at Temple Israel in Minneapolis. And so, Rabbi, welcome aboard.
Thank you.
I'm sorry it's been so long.
Well, you've got a tan. You look at that time of winter when the rest of us are not just white, we're pale, drawn,
Yes.
ashen white.
That's much what I was thinking. As I look at you
you've
people.
come and you've shown us,
Shekinah glory.
Yeah.
I know, and I worked hard on it. I even got a running start. I went to a tanning preparatory facility. Some people call those tanning booths, but that seems a little vain and a little feminine for me. But I went to so I got a little running start, and
Good.
I enjoyed the sun so much. I feel vitamin D fulfilled.
Good.
Which isn't normal. So the rabbi is going to be leading a Thursday Torah teaching.
Yes, we Jews don't have a lectionary as Christians have.
Yes.
And we divide the 5 books of Moses into portions. In Hebrew, a sidra, a Torah portion. And it requires a whole year. We begin with Genesis 1 at the end of our fall cycle of festivals. At the end of Sukkot, we have Simchat Torah, the joy of the Torah, when we finish and begin.
And the Torah are the first 5 books of the Bible as someone were to pick it up on a shelf or
there you go.
In a motel.
Genesis, Exodus, Leviticus, Numbers, and Deuteronomy. And Christians like to call that the Old Testament.
Yes.
Another conversation. And because of our ongoing relationship, I think we could be the first ever to have a weekly interfaith.
Yep.
Thursday nights, that prepares Jews for the Friday, Saturday Torah reading.
Yep.
And we'll get Christians ready for understanding an element of Scripture that their Jewish brothers and sisters. Now, one of the things we're going to work on as this develops is you're bringing in that Hebrew Scripture part of the lectionary, so that we'll not only just be reading a Torah portion, but you'll be having a rabbi in dialogue with you, or Tony, doing what are we reading from the Old Testament, the Hebrew Scripture, that's part of the Christian lectionary.
Yeah. So I think this is so great. I'm so thrilled that we're doing this together. For those who want to join in, it's going to happen at Solomon's Porch, which is a church that I'm the pastor of. And so on Thursday nights, there's going to be a Torah teaching by Rabbi Joseph. Torah
teaching, and we will begin with this coming week's Torah portion is Truma. Truma is Hebrew for free will offering. Each one of the weekly Torah portions has a name taken from the first new significant word in the first verse. The Torah we'll begin now with Exodus 25, the beginning of the tabernacle, the commandments of the tabernacle.
And so for those who want to join us on Thursday nights from 7:30 until 9, we're going to have this teaching where a rabbi inside of a Christian community, inviting in Jewish community, doing this together in dialogue with each other. And we're not doing this because it's the first time we've ever heard of it, but for both of us, this might be the first time
Right.
that these two communities join together in partnership
On a weekly basis.
And say, let's be shaped, informed, in conversation with one another. And it's open to everyone. Which is one of the things I want to stress to people is whether you're part of the Solomon's Porch tribe, or whether you're part of a Jewish community, or you just listen to this radio show, or you know someone that you think might be interested in this, it's not evangelistic.
No.
It's not recruitment. It is simply a Christian community and a Jewish community having a weekly conversation with one another to be shaped, informed, in dialogue together, in public. I think that public piece is really important.
And it goes to what you were saying before about breaking down walls. Mm-hmm. Okay? So it goes to understanding difference is very, very important if we're going to share in that new community you were describing. Difference is not diversity. Difference is, okay, how do I sit with a Christian for whom the Old Testament foretells of the Christ event?
Yes.
Am I defensive? Should I get on kind of my aggressive skin and say, you guys are reading it wrong?
Yeah. And for a Christian to be with a Jew who says, I don't think that those passages are referring to Jesus as you proclaim him in the New Testament, what are we to do with that?
Or, I don't read those passages as you do. Let me understand how you read them.
Yes. And the thing I appreciate so much about this is I've realized that because we all have biases, and I do, I carry my own bias. Even if I think I can understand how someone else thinks of something, I might not be very accurate. But what I can be sure of is I have a friend who holds that view.
Right.
So whether or not I get it right, what I get right is my friend holds it. And that causes me to always couch my opinion about that perspective inside of the fact that someone I love and care for thinks differently than I do.
And that's a challenge.
That is the challenge. I mean, that is a big deal. And so the reason I'm excited that we're doing this together on Thursday night, starting this week, which is February 3rd, starting this week, we're going to do this for a number of weeks, maybe forever and always, is you don't overcome challenges with good intentions.
No. And
you start, you do it.
And we will find passages that leave us unfinished.
And we will express opinions that we will say, I'm not sure that I think I don't know that you have that one right. I don't know that I'm with you on that. This isn't going to be just one of those make sure that every conversation ends with boiling it down to its base agreement. It's going to be, you get to hold an opinion and I get to hold an opinion, and hopefully those opinions are going to be shaped by one another without either one of us or anybody in the community who comes, anybody in the group who comes, feeling that they're somehow under obligation to change their mind on it.
No kumbaya. Sorry, no kumbaya.
We need to come up with an anti-kumbaya song. Not because we don't want to be people of peace, but because that kumbaya nature, that notion, we want to be beyond that. We want to be post-kumbaya.
We have to be beyond that, because during that period, we were satisfied with a shallowness that never left understanding.
I appreciate that. That's Rabbi Joseph Edelheit. We're going to be together on Thursday nights. We'd love for you to join us. 100 West 46th Street. That's 46th Street and Nicollet Avenue, one block west of there over in South Minneapolis. We'd love to have you. I'm going to be there. Sidekick's going to be there. The Rabbi's going to be there. And probably some lovely women are going to be there. So join us. It's not just three ugly guys. It's open for everybody. So we'd love to have you join us. In fact, we're going to be joined by one of our great voices here, Carla Barnhill, the curator of the Mommy Revolution, soon to be the guru, GMA. At least that's what we're banking on. We'll come back with Carla Barnhill after this on the Not Quite Right Radio Network. Doug Pagitt Radio, broadcasting live out of the Twin Cities in AM 950.
Lord knows the mercy.